Hello, and welcome to this series of recordings in which I want to share with you how I firmly believe that you can face death without fear. It's now March 2020. The COVID-19 virus is spreading around. We're self-isolating, we're taking precautions. I'm age 73, and the predictions are that many of us of my age are not going to make it for many more months. We will be away from this world. And where? I know that the process of dying is likely not to be very pleasant. But I believe that you can face death without fear, knowing where you're going and having confidence in that. I've faced death probably 4 times, I would say, in the past. I've had malaria 3 times. I lived in West Africa, and I often saw people dying of malaria there. I was one of those that was sick, sometimes very sick. But I had the treatment and I came through it. But I wasn't afraid to die because I knew where I was going. I did, honestly. When I was 20, I was in a swimming pool in Cambridge, in England. It was a summer job that I had there, and I went out to the swimming pool. I couldn't swim very well. Here in Cornwall, where I come from, there wasn't really no swimming pools to learn in. All we just have is the rough Atlantic. And I decided I would swim in that pool, try swimming. I couldn't swim very far at all, but I was swimming across the pool, so back and forth across the pool. And then I thought, I wonder how far I can swim. Let me try and see. And I did something really stupid. I started at the shallow end and swam towards the deep end. Now, it wasn't that stupid, but that's what I did. And I was swimming along there and getting more and more tired as I was going. And of course, being used to swimming just in the shallow end, I was always able to put my feet down. But by that time, I was well into the deep end, and when I put my feet down, there was no bottom. And I went down, and up and down. And I was just there in the middle of the water. And I just thought, this is it. I'm drowning. But I was not afraid, because I knew where I was going. And you can have that confidence too. Well, there was a lifeguard on duty. He saw me and pulled me out. And so I'm still here. So I could get malaria 3 more times, if you like. Anyway, I'm still here. But the likelihood that those of us of our age are going to last another year is much less than what we would have expected a short time ago. I know where I'm going, so I'm not afraid. And you can know that too. Well, you might think, who is this chap? He must be some sort of crank. He believes in fairy stories or something like that, or myths or something. I say, no. I'm actually a scientist. I got a PhD in genetics when I was in my 20s. I'm not a top scientist, but I do understand a lot of science, and particularly in the genetics area, although I'm not an expert on it by any means, and I try to keep up to date by taking New Scientist, which I look into, which arrives every week. I don't read all of it, but I try and keep up to date on where the science is, and by reading other books as well. So sort of practical, down-to-earth person in that way. I'm brought up as a farmer, so you can't be much more down-to-earth than being a farmer. So I'd like you to join you. I'd like you to invite you to join me in this series, where I would like to tell you, yes you, how you can face death without fear. I hope you'll join me in them. Thank you.